Hi, Wesley. Hi, David.
Hey, how's it going?
A little hectic over here. That's a little late here. Let me see if I can adjust these things, be a little bit more. No, okay. What's the best way to do this? Thank you for making an agenda, Wesley.
Yeah.
There was okay, so yeah, we got David, we got Felix, Wesley. I did, yeah, we can talk about the meeting itself, I guess. I did reach out to Michael Worcester, and he said he would like to help out, but his availability might be pretty limited. So I'm not sure if I even told him when the meeting time was. Now that I think about it, I thought I tried to, but I'll reach out to him again and at least let him know if he wants to join. It's friendly to Europeans. So let's look over the agenda quickly. There's not that much on it. I figure there's other things that we need to add. I know I want to add something right now, so I'm going to do that, and you all can decide if you want to add anything. Oh, no, okay.
I just copied the issue triage section from last week, and updated the numbers. So those first three high issues we already talked about last week, but I figured I'd leave them just for reference. So
okay.
if we want to remove them, that's fine. But
we can talk about them, or at least have them there quickly. I mean, we probably want to remove them at least this week.
Yeah, I figured I'd leave them there just to get started, so we don't talk about them again. But
okay. I gotta figure out some way to make my setup here more comfortable. I've got like too many computers on my desk right now, and so and I'm trying to keep certain things. What's the word? Siloed. Okay. Hopefully this is going to be okay. Nope. The one thing I wanted to do is up there it goes. Okay. I want my keyboard and mouse to work, and I was like, they stopped working. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started a little more officially. So this is the sixth meeting of the incremental compilation working group. We have a little bit less attendance this week than we've had in past weeks. Let me just throw a quick ping on the Zulip channel again. Okay, so if anyone joins, you can let them in. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First item is 76896. Do not make local copies of inline functions in debug mode. Yeah, this is the Santiago PR, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I approved, I think, a week and a half ago, and wrote a summary of the perf results for the performance review team. And then it failed consistently in bores on the i686 no optimization builder with a fairly strange error, and we're not really sure why. So building just on i686 like as a target works locally. It has something to do with the specific configuration. So I need to set up Docker and try to run the, sorry.
Do we have no-op builders for like the 64, for x86 64?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I can take a look real quick.
Okay, but and sorry, in terms of the reproductions, you said it didn't reproduce for targeting I-686.
Yeah.
Have you reproduced locally just self-hosting, or because you haven't had time to investigate, you haven't even had a chance to like reproduce locally?
So I've tried pulling the PR and running the incremental tests on x86-64 and targeting I-686, and they both work.
Right.
I haven't had time to set up Docker and actually
Okay.
try running that particular builder. So
Okay. That's we'll just keeping on
yeah.
with it. It's and I see that there's been some interaction with Ollie, but that's just because of basic, like there were some, I guess, some ideas being put back and forth.
Oh,
Okay.
it looks like we do have a x86-64 builder, but it's not clear whether it canceled. It looks like it canceled maybe before it got to run those tests.
I see.
Yeah. Anyway, we're still investigating. So
okay. All right. Next up, 78702 adds CGU estimated size info to self-profile data. Okay.
So I just opened this morning. There's a little screenshot if you click through to the PR, but basically for the cogen module activity now, there's both the name of the module as well as the estimated size.
Cool.
Which is fairly nice to try to get that info in there. And just clicking through the results, I spotted some stuff that looked a little fishy. Like that, the one right next to the selected one is like twice as large in terms of the estimated size, but they took the same amount of time to compile, which seems bad. So
do we also get the amount of actual like LLVM bitcode that was generated for the module, or is it something where that doesn't make, is this pre-monomorphization or something, so that doesn't make sense? No, we should have it.
think this is,
it should be post, right?
It's post in that we know all the instances we need to generate, but I think this is before we actually go generate the bitcode.
I see. So we can't do a comparison of that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like other things to measure, but obviously at this point, if we had other things to measure, we'd probably be incorporating them into the CGU estimate, possibly. Okay, then wall clock time it is, I guess, then in terms of, it's the sanity check that's being employed here. And that is, you're already getting interesting stuff out of it, so that's good. Okay, does this need, it just needs to be reviewed, I guess, is the point?
Yep. I literally just posted this morning, so.
Yep, great. Okay, next up, I put on PR, longstanding PR 74967. I finally had a chance to look over this. This is the implement lazy decoding of depth path table during incremental compilation. And so I can't remember when I looked at it, but I definitely, I guess it was around 5 days ago. I started looking at it, and I put down some concerns, or at least some questions, and I haven't heard, and the author was active pretty recently, so I'm expecting to hear back from them. But a reason why I wanted to bring up here is because you looked at this as well, Wesley. So I feel like, as confident as I'm gonna be, like I don't know what else I can do to sort of gain more confidence in this. And that's what I want to talk about. Like, what would we need to do to actually make ourselves feel comfortable landing this change, right? It's a somewhat like, what's the word, subtle thing, right? And I don't know the best way to sort of do better in terms of, I don't know, testing or anything.
Yeah, that was kind of my feeling, was like all of the changed code looked good to me, but I don't know this part of the compiler well enough to say, oh, there's this other file over here that you also need to change or something.
Yeah.
Things like that. So
I'm tempted to maybe just land it nonetheless. Like, it's a huge win from what I understand, in incremental mode. And that was the thing. Also, that was what Aaron said they were going to look into, is that someone reported slight regressions in non-incremental mode, but they had it was Bjorn 3 who's reported, like, previously when we run benchmarking on this, it was a clear win for non-incremental mode. So the slight regression on incremental mode is surprising. And so Aaron said they were going to look into resolving that, and that was 10 days ago. So I guess the right thing to do here is not just land it blindly, because if nothing else, it sounds like Aaron may look into something, and we don't want to, introduce unnecessary regressions, even if they're tiny, relatively small. Okay, I'll go through and just, ping Aaron and see what their plan is.
The other thing we might want to consider in terms of landing it is figuring out a good time to land it. Like, we should probably make sure that if we're just going to sign off on it, we should probably try to get it in right after the beta split.
Yep.
So there's the most amount of time it can sit on nightly before it hits beta.
Yes, I think that's an excellent point, one that I've made on other things in my life in the past, but forgot to here. So that is a very, very good point. Oh, have we started writing the beta? No, I don't know. Okay, I'm looking forward now to find out what the timing is. And the beta. So I guess the impression I have is the no breakage week for beta cut 149 is November 11th through November 17th. So the beta cut will be sometime after November 17th. The release itself is November 19th. Okay. So I think, I think that's a good. I'll write on the ticket then that, given our relative level of, like, let's put this, that, just trying to be safe, we'll plan to land this early in the cycle after the next beta cut. And then I'll say that they'll roughly be around November 19th. So that gives Aaron, a solid, a little over 2 weeks to investigate the thing. Okay, good. And next up is, I assume this is David. Yeah, talking about split dwarf, 77117. You have nothing to report, as you said, David?
Yeah, I'm not
okay.
Busy week.
Yep, I totally understand that. Okay, so how did we do? So with issue triage, before we get into the issues that are open, all right, I had planned to look into the queue that we had built up last week, and I didn't do anything. I really just couldn't in terms of what I've got going on. So I was curious, though, how we did in terms of, like, we made a list of 10 things, and there's no longer 10 things on this agenda that's here. So did that mean that we got through the list, Wesley? Did you just push it through?
Not quite. I didn't have enough time either to get through the whole list, but I did triage. I triaged 4. I changed labels on 3 items. There's a topic in the Zulip stream called issue triage, where I was originally just writing what I planned to do, and I got a thumbs up from somebody, so I just went and did it this morning. But
gotcha.
Yeah, so
okay,
we didn't get through the whole list.
Okay,
we made a bit of progress.
Okay, I guess what I would suggest then is I'd still like to try to use this approach. It didn't quite work out, but that's, we're all busy. So you can't, slap ourselves up or beat ourselves up too much about it. My suggestion then is we just take the 6 issues that didn't get triaged and put them and re-enqueue them. What I'm trying to understand here is, I see, you added the template, like just added that section, enqueued issues to be triaged, but we don't have an actual list.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out. So let me look at so we can just take the past list, and copy over the 6 issues and maybe add 4 more to round it out and still set our sights on actually doing 10 a week. So if I look in the issue triage Zulip that you have on Zulip, I see that what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna just re-enqueue all 10 right now. Oh, you did it. You just did that. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I took off the first 3 that I did apply tags to.
Okay.
So there's 7 right now.
And then 75997, right? You're saying that there's a general thumbs up that it probably shouldn't be reprioritized, which is an interesting question because, like, I would say, like, I don't know if we've at times we've prioritized feature requests in the compiler, but it's not something we've done recently. So I'm probably fine with leaving unprioritized. Wow, this is a pretty specific thing here. This person's trying to do income information on an Android device. Am I reading that right?
Yes.
That's so they're running rustc hosted on an Android device. I'm still incredulous.
There's actually some pretty decent terminal emulators, and you get, I don't want to say full access, but it's much less restricted than iOS is. So
okay, no, I guess that's true.
Random binaries from the internet and run them. So
to be honest, my concern is more about the limitations of the device hardware in terms of, like, rustc is just kind of a little bit bloated. I don't know how much memory they have on their phone.
I mean, the issue is only to suppress a warning. It should be easy enough to do.
Yeah. No, this is probably not hard to do. It's just a question. I know.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not like saying that this would be difficult to do. Okay. Where is this come? So is this happening? Is this even? Right. Okay. Because right. I understand now. We're doing hard linking, and really, it's a sign of something that could happen on other platforms, I suppose. And they just want they just want some way to flag or something where they could suppress it.
Yeah.
Or no, that's not. They say the warning is obsolete. But that's, I don't know if I'd say it's obsolete. Like, the warning still seems relevant, right? They just can't. Just because they can't express this doesn't mean we should get rid of the warning entirely, right? They just want okay. They just want us. They probably want to suppress it on Android entirely, I guess. I would say we might want to wait a flag to tell the compiler to suppress this warning, but maybe is that too much to, like, add that as a command line flag that would have to be stable? Anyway, I'm spending too much time thinking about this.
So I did start an issue in our repo collecting bugs related to file system limitations and things, and link to it from there. So
okay.
It might be, I'm wondering maybe if there's a project here. I think we talked about a couple of meetings ago where maybe we should not be trying to use, I don't want to say such advanced, but like at least on some platforms, like hard linking is kind of a niche thing. So yeah, maybe we should try to use a smaller subset of file system functionality.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So if we did something like that, then I think this would probably be resolved by that project. So.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep it as a feature request or whatever, and not re-enqueue it. And the only question is whether to put a priority label on it or not. I personally, I don't think it hurts to put a priority label on it personally. I'd call it like P medium. If anyone else wants to object to that, that's fine. But I mean, I'm curious, do you think it's misleading to put priority labels on enhancement requests? I guess one person's P medium is another person's P critical. Anyway, let's look at
I would think, at least in terms of the other priority labels, when we apply them to issues, we tend to do it from the perspective of the project, not
exactly
of the person asking for it or whatever.
Right. That's absolutely true.
I'm not sure that this really aligns with any of our 2020 goals.
It doesn't at all.
Goals. So I would say this is maybe like P low in terms of our priority, but
yeah, it might be. The thing about me with P low is like sometimes in my head I think of P low as being like on track to be closed, which isn't what we do, but like given that we have a 4-tiered prioritization scheme, I really do wonder a lot about the P low versus P medium distinction. Okay, well, let's leave it untagged for now. I don't want to like commit to something and then be like, oh, I was that done. Okay, let's add 4 more issues then to the list of things that are of the things to look at. I'm trying to remember how I even like chose which ones to add before, because they sort of from the middle of the issue numbers. It seems like, oh no, it's because there's a relatively new one was added. Okay, so we got a new bug actually, opened 12 days ago. I'm looking at here. Let me post in the Zulip stream. So issue list I'm looking at. So we've got enough time. Let's rather than queuing the new bug, I'd like me just talk about it directly, I think. The new bug is 78236, which is an ICE that's coming from the metadata decoder. And it's only hypothesized, I think, that it's caused by incremental.
I mean, I think if it's coming from the metadata decoder, isn't it definitely incremental?
Oh, the Rust-C metadata decoder?
Well, sorry. So it's getting called from the middle of the from Rust-C middle depth graph. It looks like it's trying to deserialize.
Yeah. It's true. Okay. Great. So this is going to be really not much fun to figure out. Okay. Wow. Okay. We should look at this. I guess it's going to be a pain to figure out, but we should at least try to see if we can reproduce it locally, I suppose. I'm going to send this to myself, even though I know I've had like such little time to investigate things. I'd like to reach out to Simon and try to get a little more information about this. So yeah, okay, I'm going to assign myself to this. And then in terms of prioritization of it, well, I'm going to tag it working group incremental compilation as well. And the only question is what priority to assign it. I'm going to go P medium right now. I don't know, I don't know. It's so hard to tell.
I think that's what I tagged a similar kind of issue as.
Yeah.
It does seem like something that we should definitely fix, but it doesn't.
We just can't treat it like high priority, especially if we had, we just don't have the data about how much these bugs affected their,
So I tagged one issue as P high because the person gave a 3-line repro and it reproed instantly on my machine. And I figured a combination of it being some sort of an incremental loading issue and being super easy to reproduce meant that it was something we should actually try to tackle soon.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So that's fine with me. And now that we've done that, let's look at the backlog now that that's been added on. So what I was doing before was I was starting from the oldest first. I believe that's why the numbers are relatively low. No, that can't be right either. I really don't remember how I chose this set of issues. That I queued earlier. It can't be oldest first. The oldest first ones are like really old. All right. Well, the reason why I'm bothered by this is because I'd like to use the same consistent system in queuing new issues. But did I sort by like least recently active or something? Least recently updated. Let's look at that. Nope, that's super old too. Does anyone have any idea what I might have used last like 2 weeks ago to make the list?
I feel like it was just tagged a incremental comp and not has P medium or P high or P.
Yeah. I guess, but I still had some sorting metric that I was using to end up with like things that were in the 7.5, 7.4 range.
I think it's just the most recent stuff.
But I'm seeing things that are like 7.6, 7.7 for the top three things, not include. Okay, the top three things, not including the Simon bug we just looked at. It's like 7.7.188, 7.6.720, 7.6.251, 7.6.037. Like,
I see what you're saying.
I don't know what happened here.
7.6.037 was the one I tagged P high.
Actually, some of these are
in the list last week.
Okay, and some of them are actually tagged with P labels. So let me go ahead and change the search to reflect that.
Yeah, once you remove the P labels, it matches up, obviously.
Okay, here's a new search.
Can you paste that into the HackMD?
Yeah. I'm
sure
totally.
To copy it. Yeah,
I'll add it to the HackMD.
Okay, so, all right. So I'll just queue. I really should be sharing my screen or something here, I guess. No, I'm not going to share my screen. It's not prepared to be shared. So I gotta prepare for things like that. Okay, then I will just add in the bugs that are relevant now. So there's 7.7.188. We're skipping 7.5.997. 7.5.900, 7.4.946, 7.4.890, 7.4.379, 7.4.258, 7.3.967, 7.3.859. And one more, right? So 7.3.659. Okay. So yeah, that's a new set of 10 issues, and we'll see how we do getting through them this week. Thank you, Wesley, for the work you put in. Doing the 4, like whenever it was 2 days ago or whenever.
Should we just do that again and like post in Zulip, or try to do it in the HackMD, or I don't know.
Yeah, I guess doing the HackMD didn't really keep us on top of it. So, yeah, I think I like. I don't know. The HackMD didn't work, so I guess we could just post in the Zulip, the issue triage Zulip, and see if that works better. I'm okay with that idea.
I meant in terms of like figuring out what to do, because I didn't want to just start applying labels and have other people be like, oh no, this is a P high issue or whatever. So I posted what I thought in there, which is sort of what the prioritization working group does.
I see your points. I see. My plan had been to actually tag my plan had been that for each issue to tag it with I prioritize when it was in queued, and then go to that Zulip stream that's created and do work in there. And that way the prioritization working group is aware of what's going on and can give feedback, but then to go ahead and tag it, like, and really make it official. And if you get feedback, you'll get feedback. But that way, I think the people that are, would like to know would be aware, I think.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
So let's try that system. Let's still try to use that system again this cycle, and see how it goes. Obviously, it didn't happen because none of I don't know. It was what was in my head, but I didn't act on it. So we'll try again. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, David. Thanks, Wesley. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you. I'll talk to you all online, and we'll meet again in 2 weeks. Or is there a reason not to meet in 2 weeks? I don't think so. There's like the holidays on Thursday. The Thanksgiving holiday might be around that time, but that's Thursday, not Tuesday. Is this time working out okay for you both?
That works for me. Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep it where it is then. All right. Great. Thanks to you too. Bye.
Bye.